Hey, good afternoon. I am Evil Hero Jashinru of Team Die For Me. Name is under change and construction, but this will be my very first Digimon deck profile. I've been looking forward to BT5 Battle of Omni for months now, and I'm excited to showcase what I hope to be the first Omni Mega Zoo deck. Um, it actually sort of mirrors other zoo decks that you've seen with Ragna or the yellow decks, but I have tried to make it as original as possible. And Omnimon just got support in actually a yellow card recently, so I hope to showcase some of that with you. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So, to start things off quickly, I'll be running 4 Darundamon. You already know what it does from Omnizoo, right? It gives piercing to whatever it digivolves onto, and plus it can digivolve off of black, but that won't be a concern for us. Um, Pay 10, get a 12,000 beat stick on board off top, right? Same thing with Volcandramon. Pay 11, get a free body on board, has an on play effect that will hurt Rookie Rush, deleting all 4,000 DP and below, plus it has security attack plus 1. Next, I'll be showcasing some of the Omnimons, starting with the original BT1 Omnimon. You know what it does. When Digivolving, choose one of your opponent's Digimon and delete all Digimon that share the same name as that Digimon. As well as, when attacking with this Digimon by returning one of the Digimon level 6s under it, guess what? You get to unsuspend this Digimon and swing again. Next, I'll be showcasing my favorite Omnimon. It just dropped in BT5. I've been waiting for it for so long. That is the Blitz Omnimon. Blitz Omnimon. So whenever you get to Digivolve on it, even if you run over the 3 memory on their side, guess what? Go ahead and swing, suspend this Digimon, and if you already swung with the Digimon that is on top of this card when Digivolving it, just unsuspend it and swing it anyway. And then on all turns, if an opponent's effect would delete this Digimon or return it to its owner's hand or deck, you may prevent it from leaving play by trashing a level 6 Digimon card underneath this Omnimon. So it protects itself from Gaia Force, Transcendent Swords, you know the new stuff that's come out. Next, we have 2 copies of Omnimon Antibody X. This was kind of a difficult choice for me. I have a 3rd Antibody X, but I think I only need 2, to be honest. So once I get some playtesting in, I'll be sure to let you guys know in some feedback that I'll be leaving in the comments. But this Omnimon can digivolve onto any Omnimon for just the cost of 3, no matter what color that Omnimon is. It will ignore the Digivolution requirements of this card for blue and red, as long as you're digivolving on top of an Omnimon. And then when attacking, it will delete 1 Digimon with DP lower than this card. So anything 15,000 or below, it's dead once you swing while you're checking security. Not to mention, on your opponent's turn, when your opponent's Digimon attacks, new ability, get rid of 2 Digivolution cards beneath this card, and then you can end the attack. It ends. They don't even get to check security. It's kind of ridiculous, if I'm being honest. Next, we have Craniamon, another one of the Holy Warrior Digimon. Craniamon's just a free black blocker. Well, not free. Bad choice of words. But it's a black blocker. In all turns, Digimon with blockers can't be deleted by your opponent's card effects. So, really nice choice. And it's searchable by a yellow card I will bring to your attention later. Next, we will be playing 2 copies of Matt Ashita and Tai Kamiya. Got those names a little backwards. Gotta forgive me. But if your opponent has a level 6 Digimon in play, you will gain 2 memory. So if they left you on 4 and they have a level 6 when that turn starts, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get 6 memory. If you have both, you're going to be gaining 4 memory. And Omnimon Digimon will be getting security attack plus 1. So because red tie, we can't use it with Omnimon because he's white, well, now we have a good substitute. Next, I'll be playing 2 copies of Omnimon's Warp Defeat. This one, I honestly debated if I was going to add it at all, but you just can't ignore that security effective. If it gets hits in security, that's a free body on board. Just play him. Or, if you choose to Digivolve with him instead, you get to delete a Tamer. So, there's something back there that's annoying you, such as the Tai Kamiya that I just mentioned, or those TKs, blow them up. They're gone. And not to mention the on deletion effect of you get to delete a Digimon if your opponent is so bold as to get rid of him, which eventually they're going to have to, or they're going to have a problem. Next, there's 3 copies of Omnimon Alter S. Omnimon Alter S, we all know what it does, right? It's been around since BT1. Get to D-Digivolve 1 on all of your opponent's Digimon that are on board, and then delete all Digimon with 5,000 or less DP. And then when attacking, you can make it unblockable by removing a level 6 Digivolution below the card. So it's good if you just need one final swing on your opponent. I've done it in other decks in the past. It's really come in handy. Next, we'll be playing 2 copies of the new White Tamer Takumi Aiba. So basically, Takumi, whenever you Digivolve, tap it, you get to draw a card, right? But on all turns, anti-rookie rush. All level 3 Digimon gain when attacking, lose 1 memory. So if you're playing 2, they're going to lose 2 memory just for swinging with that Vmon that's been driving y'all crazy for the last couple of formats. Next, I'll be playing Cactus Breath. Go ahead and bounce that Digimon back to its owner's hand. No problem. And if they hit it while in security, guess what? You don't even have to have a blue card on field. Next, we'll be playing Bryludamon. Another half of Ragnarlord's pre-Digivolutions. It'll give something blocker, so that'll help if you have a Craniumon on the field with an Omnimon with this under it, that Omnimon's now invincible. Next will be the Machinedramon. I loved it in Ragnarlord Megazoo. Has blocker on play D-Digivolve 2. Very self-explanatory. Very good body to have on board if your opponent's building big things. Next, I'll be playing 4 copies of my personal favorite Digimon, Vmon. So, I mean, that's super obvious. Jamming. V headbutt all the way. Then I'll be playing 2 copies of the Skull Greymon. This is where those similarities I was talking about earlier come into play. Drop it if your opponent has a blocker, delete said blocker. And then you can just go ahead and Digivolve on top of it with your Darundamons and move on with your life. Or Barudamon if you so choose. Then I'll be playing, I put the pretty one on top, I'll be playing 3 copies of the Gabumon. Play it, draw a card. Again, more self-explanatory. But here is the new splash that I was discussing. When I saw this, I actually was like, they gave Royal Knights, Holy Warriors rather, support in yellow. And Omnimon doesn't even work with yellow like that so far. Maybe subject to change later. But 4 copies of Gladamon. You hard play it, and on play you may search your security stack for 1 Digimon with Warrior or Holy Warrior in its type. Reveal it and add it to your hand. And if you do, you trigger recovery 1, shuffle it back up, send it on through. It's TK Takashi except for Omnimon. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, but I'm gonna do it. Next, we have the Kaijanail. Again, just more things from my Ragnarlord days. Choose a Digivolution under a card. Go ahead and play it as its own Digimon. And lastly, we will be playing Magnadramon. So, on play, if you have 3 or fewer security, just in case your opponent's been giving you a little bit of work, go ahead and recover 2, go back to 5, or wherever you were, just in case they beat you down to 1. And then when attacking, you may play 1 yellow level 3 Digimon card from your hand without paying its memory cost. It doesn't really apply to us. Unfortunately, I'm not playing Lucamon in this deck. That's just a personal choice for me. And then last but not least, we have our Digi-Eggs, which will be Demi Vmon, of course, right? Why would you play any other Digi-Egg other than Demi Vmon if you're going to play Vmon? So, Demi Vmon, inherited effect. You're swinging with something with jamming. We're swinging with Vmon. Go ahead and draw a card. That is the entire deck, ladies and gentlemen. I personally am having fun with it so far. It's had some really good, solid matches, but haven't had a BT5 tournament yet. In fact, This is all gotten from pre-release. So I hope on the next tournament that this deck actually manages to do pretty well, and I'll be more than happy to show you guys the record from said tournament, as well as videotape a couple of tournaments, as long as I have my opponent's express consent. I hope you guys have enjoyed the profile. I hope this deck works miracles for you. I hope you enjoy playing Omnimon as much as I do. Y'all have a good one, and I will see you next time.